Senator Onyonka, you may proceed.
Thank you, Chair. I was just going to mention that when you look at the report, Chair, the Governor, if you look at the lack of the audit committee, out of the 52 issues that are outstanding, nearly half are actually issues which the audit committee would have handled. So the question I would want to ask is, what is your general thinking in terms of every single item, whether it is procurement, whether it is all the issues which have been raised, it still falls back onto the audit committee, internal auditors and your teams. What is it that has made it impossible for these issues to have been resolved?
Donna?
Chair, thank you. You know, rightly the way you put it, it's because of lack of that committee in place. It should have actually handled these issues early enough before the Audit General came in to audit the books as they were. Therefore, the lack of that committee, it's good that you worked on your maths. It's a half of that could have been sorted out. We could not be having all those items with ourselves here.
I'm told we have members of the County Assembly present. Were the members of the County Assembly? Could they be allowed to go on record? Please say your name, the ward you represent, and the committee that you're a member of. Make sure it's on.
Yes, Chair, my name is Wycliffe Searcher. I'm the member of County Assembly representing the people of Ichunu Ward in Kisii County, and I'm also the Chair, Implementation Committee.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Chair. My name is Peter Utachi, member of County Assembly, Munyerera Ward. I'm also the Chair, Budget and Appropriation Committee. Thank you, Chair. So
we have Chair Budget, we have Chair Implementation, but we don't have Chair Public Accounts Committee. So that we are clear, have you come as part of the Governor's delegation?
No, we are not part of his delegation, okay. Chair.
You've come as members of the County Assembly?
Yes, yes.
Is any of you also a member of the Public Accounts Committee?
No.
Because I've talked of failure of institutions of governance in Kisii County, Audit Committee, County Public Service Board, County Assembly. As a County Assembly invited the executive to go through this report, knowing that we've got a concurrent mandate as per Article 2293 to consider these reports within 3 months. Governor, I know the chair of public accounts would have answered that, but if there was an invitation, you would know. Have you been invited by the County Assembly?
I don't think they have, Chair, because when they do their report again, they take it to the Assembly to pack, as it were. And I remember, I think last year there was that report with pack of the County Assembly. It's only that this year, I don't know, because of, again, of the delays that we have, they must have not gotten it.
So that, I think it confirms that the institutions that are mandated to provide accountability, oversight and governance must be properly established, they must be strengthened. Senator Onyonka.
Thank you, Chair. Governor, my question will, if you'll allow me through you, will be for your CC Finance. Is you given me the permission?
That's okay, given that the question, he may not answer, there is another person.
Okay, in case he doesn't, he can come back to you.
Yeah.
CC Finance, how many transactions have been voided from the question that has been asked?
Yeah, there are over 712 transactions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The answer that Governor has explained, he has only talked about 6 voided transactions, which means out of your 700, in fact the report says the voided transaction are 616. If you remove the one Governor has talked about, which are 6, you are left with 594 voided transactions. Are we together up to that level?
Yes, yeah.
Thank you. So the question I ask you therefore is this. If you look at the voidings and the recommendation which is on page 1, the recommendation of the Auditor General, page 1, briefing notes for County Public Accounts Committee on the Auditor
You
General.
might not have visibility of that, but I believe that that must have been the management letter, Auditor General?
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, just
You have page 1. Oh,
no, that has been prepared for the committee.
oh, it's for our internals.
Yes.
Thank you. The question is this, CC. Why were you voiding the payments after you had gotten approval by the control of budget to pay certain people? What made you change your minds about who you were to pay? Isn't that what you're saying, OAG?
Yes.
Thank you. What made that change of plan and change of, because under the PFM Act, like they're saying, you were supposed to have gotten the approvals and therefore the payment was recommended, the control of budget actually approved payments through the IFMI system. Why then did you stop those payments?
Governor?
Chair, allow me to ask the officer who was in charge of voiding those transactions. He'll be able to be, to answer this question effectively as asked. Chacha.
Thank you, Chair. If I may start with the Honorable Senator Onyonka's question on the amount that His Excellency has not explained. If you look at the list of voided transactions of 604, we've categorized it. They have been categorized as per the attached annexures and now reclassified as per the response we've indicated here. Now, on particular issue of approval from the controller, which amounts to 41, Chair, this is an exchequer request that was sent to the controller budget nearing the closure of financial year. And when the control budget, I'm happy he's in the office, when he's considering a request, there are a number of issues that he needs clarification. Where the clarification comes late or the timelines are not bound when we are closing a financial year, the best thing is to drop that exchequer request. So it, in essence, when you are closing a financial year, you need to clear the system. It is inevitable by voiding, Chair.
That is 41 million. What
Yes.
about the rest?
The rest I also explained, Chair. For instance, the unrequested funds of the year end of 156, Chair. You understand, Chair, we have a habit or a culture as Kenyans that when we are nearing the closure of financial year, that's when you see most of the accounting officers processing things. So they might process those things when we are nearing the end of financial year, but if they have not been sufficiently supported, we might not present them for controller. So leaving them with this.
At what point is a transaction voided?
Chair,
Is it after approval of the control of budget or before?
Your Chair, you cannot avoid a transaction that has been approved by the control of budget. What we are saying that all these transactions.
You are disagreeing with the observation of the Auditor General, because
Right.
the Auditor General says these 604 had been approved by the control of budget, but were voided, and you have gone ahead to give a reason.
Right.
So what are you saying? Are you disputing what the governor has read? And that's why we wanted the governor to be the one to read the response.
Chair,
What is the version? You disagree with the Auditor General, or you stand with the explanation given by the governor?
Chair, if I may correct myself, I've said we have categorized the voided transactions as per the annexures, and each and every figure corresponding to 232 that has been raised by the auditor, we've explained the reasons why they voided.
We have specifically asked about the 156 million, and it has given rise to the question, when you forward to internet banking,
Correct.
is that after approval by the control of budget or before approval of control of budget?
That is before, Chair.
But nonetheless, the auditor who came to the ground has told the Senate that the control of budget approved those transactions.
That's why we are saying in our analysis, the auditor is correct by finding out that out of the 206 or 4 transactions, were the 232 million that were voided, 41 million was had been requisitioned. But this requisition was sent at the end of...
On the 41, you have explained that one. We are talking about the residual amounts.
The 150...
Because it's either we are agreeing with the Auditor General or disagreeing with the Auditor General. Senator Onyonka?
Chair, I wouldn't really want to say much for the simple reason that I think exhaustively the few issues we are looking at, the only correction I want to make to the governor, we have seen in other county governments when they come and the Auditor General has actually worked interactively. I would wish that when the Auditor General comes to our county, he is given unaffected access to all the documents so that these small issues can be dealt on time. Number 2, Chair, what is sad for me is that this is a qualified opinion. In your books, you now have a qualified opinion, which means we are actually at risk of even not getting donor funding for the simple reason that this audit already has raised issues and very substantive issues. The matters we have dealt here, and I know that the public, most likely all Kenyans, are interested to know what did we look at. We looked at the very basic issues, the first 10, and we have looked at them and looked at. There is another 52 coming, which we'll be responding to. We expect that the governor's team will provide more documentation and defend themselves so that by the time the final report is written, everybody feels that they have actually got justice and fairness in the way we are handling the matter. Otherwise, thank you, all of you. Chair, I am happy. I previously worked in this committee. I'm no longer here, but I will be a friend of the committee constantly, and I'm happy that this committee is doing an excellent job for all of you here. Governor, with your team, if you travel to Kisii, travel well. We mean well. And I want the public to know, especially our people. Most of our people think that me and you should disagree in public about no. Because when we disagree, we injure our people. Our job is to make sure that we give service delivery to our people with respect and dignity. The office of the governor is a big office. It's an office that should be respected, just like my office. So I hope that we'll continue to raise the issues and push the buttons to make sure that you streamline your activity. By next year, when the report comes, I believe it should be much better.
Yeah, so...
Chair, before you make your comment, I want to respond to 2 items which Senator Dulo just indicated, because you did indicate that you sat in the morning and you have decided to pick this report as it is, and we have put our, underlying item that most of the things we answered, either they were not picked as they were supposed to have been picked. Therefore, that should go into record that indeed we gave information to a number of the items to OAG, and from our interaction, we have seen it. Number 2, this is not a qualified opinion. It's actually advice. It's the other way around. It's not advice, it's a qualified opinion. Therefore, what we want to say is that, as my senator just indicated, going forward, you can be assured of good working relationship, as it were. That public perception is important for us to manage it, as it were. Thank you.